Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here, and a RockBot video for you. A nice big update. Been waiting to get this a new feature on the RockBot, and this video is to kind of announce that and show you how well it's been working and just kind of review things with you fast. So the new feature, again, the RockBot's been out for a while now. It is offered here at DayTradingRadio.com. It is used to trade futures. I use it to trade futures. You could trade it on anything, any type of vehicle, trading vehicle when it comes to futures. But you could also trade it on stocks and most everything with the proper training. But this is great for traders who would like to trade the futures. It could be the MES, the ES, the NQ, the Russell, gold, silver, any type of commodity like that. It all works off the same concept.
Tradometer ES over bot.
And it works great, but it really works great trading the MES and the ES. And I like for beginner traders to usually start off trading the MES, which are the micro ES. And to learn more about that would require another video. But hopefully you have some basic knowledge of futures if you're interested in the RockBot and the updates here. So right now the RockBot here, Thunderbird strategy, is looking for buy and short signals, which are based off the high probability divergence indicator, the little formula that's in there, and it's been on fire today. And to start off, let me show you what it is, what the bot is here. So here we have the Thunderbird 1 minute SS, which I'm using today, and I'll show you why. And then I have the 1 minute short strategy set up here. And these are your parameters. Now, what I could do is I could disable this so you could see everything clear. Okay, apply. And there it is. Now let's go back here. Now it's going to take off all the trades. That's okay. There we go. So I just want to show you that what the bot, it gives you the ability to place your profit areas, how many contracts you want to take, how many cars you want to take, where do you want to take those off, where you want your profit levels to be, where you want your stop level to be, where you want your trailing stop. So this is all things that you could define. You can define all this. It's a great, that's the magic of it. The internal workings is already done for you. It'll attach your trade to wherever the signal is. So if you say I want to take 5 cars there and I want to take 2 off after 4 ticks, and I want to take another 2 off if it gets up to 18 ticks, and I want to have a trailing stop start at 4 ticks and follow it up 8 you could adjust all that. And you could optimize this. You could actually back test it and optimize it to give you the best combination. That's in a video. That's in one of our next videos. I want to get out there for you. But for right now, this is kind of an update on what I'm using live on the show. Now, I use this live on Day Trading Radio every day, and you get to see it on the RockBot channel on DayTradingRadio.com. We have our own futures RockBot channel. You can find it, and I'll usually go over the parameters that I'm holding or have it programmed to do. So in this case, when you see the results on here, you can understand. So I have start from how many cars. Well, we'll start with the MES. It's trading the MES future contract, September contract, 5 contracts, which is basically a half of ES contract. Now ES is the regular E-mini ES contract, and this is the micro contract, which is 1/10 of the E-mini. So in this case, it would be 10 of these would make 1 E-mini. So I'm using 5, which I think is great for traders, and especially great for the bot. With the MES here, you could actually adjust this number and scale out in certain ways and really adjust things. But in this case, we're just going to, this is defaulted in, meaning when you download it, it already has, but you could change these numbers. So I have it at 5, and I usually change them depending on what I'm trading, what the volatility is in the market, if I'm trading at nighttime versus daytime, and especially if there's a lot of news and a lot of chop in the market. These numbers all mean something. All right, so I'm taking a fast profit on the divergence. Now the divergence is being identified. When the divergence is identified, the trade takes place and everything goes in. The lines go in. So you'll see a profit line up there at 4 ticks, and when the price gets there, it takes it off. And at 4 ticks, trailing stop starts to come in. So it comes in with a break-even trailing stop. I followed up So we're automatically kind of taking first profits. I think I had this at 4 too. I didn't change that. So we are keeping it at 8 ticks behind. So I think I was given a little bit more time to run. The second profit zone would be 18 ticks. Now these are all in ticks, and based off of whatever contract you're using, you could do the calculation. So 4 ticks for MES is a point. So think of it at that point as that. That'd be 4 and that'd be 16. Would be 4.5, right there. 4 points. Stop loss at 16 ticks, 4 points. But what I like about this is kind of keeping this wide, and this is what the new improvement is. We're going to give you an option to put a stop loss. You can put your own parameters in, or it's automatically going to take the low candle bar, which is technically and kind of like how you want to trade that setup. So when you have a divergence, you have a reversal candle or any type of divergence low is where you want to put that stop, because if that breaks down below that low, the divergence failed and the trade has failed. So you'll see that now you have the option to put not just a stop loss tick, but just to switch that. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Trailing stops and everything else is going, and then you put it on whatever your account. If you traded it on your account, like sometimes I trade on my IB account, you pick your IB. That's on the bottom. You can't see it here. You pick your IB account, or you could test it. You could run it in sim, or you could just trade off the signals. There's all different ways you could do it. And then you enable it, and then you apply it, and then it's automatically will search back the setups and place them in where the criteria was met and what would have happened. So these are the trades that took place. So I had this thing running all day, and I was pretty much following it all day with you live. I would announce the setups and stuff. And this is after the market closed, reopened here, and then just took off some profits. Market's actually at close to the highs. Now if we go back here, just looking back at here, this was a really impressive day on this, because I had both a long and a short. What happens is you can see this beautiful candle, this beautiful reversal candle, and where that divergence came in, and then it took profits here, and then the trailing stop came in afterwards, but it still held on to all its profits. So it's not giving back the profits. Trying to give you a little time to run. But really the big divergence, you're always getting that first profit off of here. Look at this. Here, RockBot long, all the way up. It took first profits, second profits, follows up with trailing stop, and takes it out. Now, you can't really see, but there is this market here. At this point in the day, I was watching this thing, and it was like long all the way up, taking profits, trailing stop, and then it had short, and then another long, and it was, this was an incredible short on both sides of the market. Like this was a textbook divergence here. You could see that lower high right here, right? You see that lower high. Let me make sure you could see everything on there. I don't know if you could see the bottom here. Let me move that up a little. But I think you can see it fine. I'm just not showing the bottom here. So anyway, there was a great divergence there. It followed it up, trailing stops all the way up. So it's really taking advantage of the trailing stops. It's just picking apart the market here. The short all the way on the top, taking profits all the way on the bottom. And let's take a look at that short, and you can see what happened here. The short here came in with a short, and then trailing stop came in right at the 3506. Let's take a look what that short strategy is calling for here. All right, just wanted to see what it was. That's an interesting stop it took out right there. And as you can see, it was on fire all day today. Even pre-market runs overnight. It's running right now with you. Maybe we'll get a trade on it as we're talking about it right now. We're just watching this thing go. Market's at the highs of the day, up 8 points. But So now the new addition here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two off. I'll remove. I have to disable this. Apply. Okay. Oops. Sorry I could be editing this out, but you know me, I like to do it on the fly here. So I'll remove that script, and I'll remove this script too. Just kind of show you when you do upload it. Damn it. Don't mind me. When you do upload it, let's remove that. You're going to have it up here. Let's start. Actually, let's back up here real fast. I apologize. You go to DayTrader. You have the script. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up here to RockBot core. Go to RockBot code, and here it is here. So the new one I uploaded, it's RockBot version 2 here. Now I made it separate than RockBot version 1, so you should have RockBot version 1 running. The RockBot version 2 download separately. It's called something different, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to make sure we don't contaminate the contaminate the different strategies. Before I want to make sure this is working properly. This is kind of in our beta test. I want to release it and make sure no one else has a problem with it. I've been testing it for a month, but now I just want to keep it separate before kind of integrate it into the other strategies. And so you download that onto your computer, you import it into your NinjaTrader, and then look down here. It'll be called Thunderbird Auto Stop. Now basically it's the same thing as the Thunderbird 1 minute SS, but the SS and the 5 minute work together. But it's basically a 1 minute Thunderbird. But I wanted to keep it different, so I just named it differently. And now when you see over here, over your parameters, everything's the same here, except you have at the bottom here SL type, or a stop loss type. So your initial stop loss type is either going to be what we call ticks, which we've been using, and if it's ticks, you're going to just use whatever number is here. But if you default this to signal bar low, then what it's going to do is it's going to identify those divergences and put a stop underneath that candle. So we're going to run this. I want to run this right now. Now you're going to see different results on this. Now this doesn't mean that this is the better version of run. I want to give people the option because it's a tighter stop. It technically, you use this if there's really big bars, and what you're doing is you're putting your initial stop loss, maybe you're putting at 6 ticks, and the volatility in the morning when you get a divergence, maybe the whole candle's like 6 or 8 ticks, and and the price could come back down into that candle and hit your stop without even really testing the low of that candle, which would mean that the divergence would still be active or valid. So you don't want to get kind of taken out of the trade without it giving it full. So that's what the signal bar low is. But in some cases, when the market's very choppy, these can be too tight, and it's just, and so I like to kind of keep it a tighter stop, because I always feel that when you're trading using the RockBot, you should let the RockBot take its trades, identify those trades, and take it. It'll be fast and, no emotion. And then analyze the entry and adjust your stop to the candle bar, or understand, or you could tighten it up, But really, you want to have the bot here identify these trades for you. With the candle bar low could be put in here to keep it a tighter stop, and like I said, I'm going to show it to you right now. But it doesn't mean you're going to have better trades by far. I find that of course, the looser the stop, the wider the stop, you're going to have more setups that are finishing off their projections without getting chopped up. But it works against you if you have a couple losses. But in this case, you're dealing with divergences, and the divergences work more than they don't. So the odds are in your favor. So let's enable this and let's see what it looks like on the chart here. Now you're probably going to see a big, I didn't change. All right, let me see. Do I have it on here? Because that looks like a signal bar low here, and it didn't. Auto stop. Signal bar low. Let me see what's going on here. All right, now there was nothing wrong with it. So I just went back here just to identify. See, there was a divergence long. Sometimes it's hard to see with all the writing over it. This candle here, that candle right there, that divergence low candle. What happens is the divergence is identified, and then the trade is taken the beginning of the next candle, and that stop automatically goes underneath the candlestick low. So in some cases you won't get that move. In this case, it saves you something because it takes it out after the candlestick low. You get taken out there. Let me see here. Here's a case of divergence low right here, and you can see that's a good divergence. Next trade takes off there, and it goes up here. First profit taken out, and then the trailing stop comes in. It works out fine. But that's basically the update here. The update is now an automatic trailing stop at the divergence low from the signal. So, and again, if you have a nice divergence signal and that's the low right here, once you break down through that low, that's where that stop's going to come in. So in this case, it stopped out and chopped around. So more and more chop. If you had a wider stop and you let this chop all come around and you're looking for something, I don't even know if that would have worked out, but there is some chop that could play out on those, especially the overnight trade. This is still pre-market, and you saw how good the bot worked today. Here's a nice divergence. Next candle went all the way up. We even called out some great divergences today, but then again, you have a little chop here where this probably would have worked out because it was a running divergence. You have a very choppy trade there. It might flush you out before getting the big move. So you know what? It's a great ad on this because it does tighten up things if you want to tighten up and have that option to do that. But if you're trading the way I think you should be trading with the RockBot, and you're kind of have it on cruise control, but you're managing it, I think it's easy enough to place your stops. Always have a hard stop in though. This is a weird one because the market just over. I think it was carrying over from the close. And whatever. That's where we are right now. All right, so in review, you're going to have these bots, you're going to have these scripts on your platform here, and the one on the bottom that when you download it, auto stop. But again, out of all these, I have I love this Thunderbird SS. It's the same thing as the Thunderbird 1 minute, but the SS, it's easy for me. I have it. This is what I'm normally one to use, and with the parameters here, looks like we have to change those parameters back. We're going to move that back down to 4, and then stop loss. We're going to keep at 16. Trailing stop 4, and then I thought it was pretty much 4-4, but we'll see. This is going to keep us real tight overnight. Double check here or something. Let me go back here now. Let's see what that 8 does. I think it was on 8 before for some reason. I wasn't sure. So I just want to see what it looks like. It did give better returns. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that trade there. Look at that divergence trade right here. First target, second target, all the way up here. Trailing stop comes in. I mean, it just another long. Gives an all trailing stop, comes in, pull back, another long, another fast profit. I mean, this is just beautiful. I can't wait. I want to let this run tonight. That's what's running right now. I think I get the short signal on there. Let me double check. I don't think I put the short signal up there. No, I didn't. I'm going to try the same criteria. 16 there. Keep a tighter stop there. 4, 8. All right, there you go. Well, these things are running. I want to put them back on the RockBot channel. Hopefully I explained the update. Again, it's on the site. If you have any questions, if you are interested in the RockBot, come send me an email. DTRS@DayTradingRadio.com. DTRS@DayTradingRadio.com. You get it as a lifetime member. You get everything, all the updates for life, along with the tradeometer, which is, you know, really the best combination here. I didn't even mention the tradeometer. Tradeometer is another scalping tool we use here. And when you have these dots overlay or divergence setups, that's what you take. So it's kind of a combination, you know, long, short, you know, these type of, that's not buy, sell, but when these levels line up with the with the RockBot, that's what we really call a super signal. That's why you get both of those to run at the same time. And again, we'll have those running tomorrow. So have a great evening. Hope you enjoyed the update. RockBot version 2.0 is released here at Day Trading Radio.